I've been a client of Galson Laboratories for more than 12 years. And the reason why I'm a client of Galson Labs is, we expect as industrial hygienists a lab to be good, a lab to be accredited, to get those kinds of numbers that we need in order to do our practice. But what we get from Galson Labs is that level of service that allows us to do our job much easier. I often tell folks, listen, I'm not Galson's largest client, but I'm certainly their biggest fan. Galson offers a number of services that I take advantage of. Certainly the free pump loan program is excellent. Being able to have equipment that's ready and available for you. If I'm renting equipment, whether it be noise dosimeters or any specialty sampling equipment, it always comes available to me. But really the biggest advantage of Galson is the people. If I have a question, I can call them. If I have a technical question dealing with how I'm going to do the particular sampling, I can talk to a certified industrial hygienist. If I'm in the field and I have a piece of equipment that's not something I'm not familiar with, I can give a telephone call and say, look, I'm here in the field, this is what I'm looking at, can you help me on out? So I can't really say that I take advantage of any one of Galson's services. It's really the comprehensive approach to all of their services that make me a big fan. It's just service. Galson separates itself from its competition by service. They live service. You can call them early morning, you can call them late at night, you can ask silly questions, you can ask questions of professionals, and you're going to get that respect you're going to be able to get. When I know I'm going to get equipment from Galson, it's going to be calibrated, ready to go, and fully serviceable. I know when I send something in, even if I screw it on up, I'm going to get a telephone call from the lab that's going to make sure that I'm clear of what I wanted to communicate with them. So it's the folks that answer the telephone at the receptionist all the way to the CIH that's in the lab that's managing my services. It's when things get screwy that you really need a friend out there in the field. And there were a number of occasions when Galson just saved my bacon. I remember a little bit more than a year ago, it was the middle of Indiana. I arrived at my client at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the evening before my sampling, and my equipment was supposed to be delivered. It wasn't there. I called Galson Labs, and lo and behold, I had never ordered the equipment. I needed the equipment at 8 o'clock in the morning. Galson went through the extra effort, and I know Art and the other folks in the rental equipment went through that extra effort to make sure that 7:30 the next morning by FedEx my equipment was there. On another occasion, I had taken my notes on my noise dosimetry and I had lost my notes. It had been a couple weeks. I called up, they were able to reclaim the dosimeters that I had used, download the data for me, and really save me. So when you're in a tight spot, you're away from home, and you got one shot to do the project right, you need a good partner, and that's why I depend on Galson. Absolutely, I would. And like I said, I'm not Galson's largest client, but I am their largest fan. So when I know folks, whether they're coming out of the programs and they're beginning their IH career, or I bump into senior professionals that are in the field for a long period of time, I feel confident in recommending Galson Labs because I know they're going to get the same level of service that I did.